Hello everyone and welcome to the F1 corner after the qualifying session of the Hungarian Grand Prix, last race before the summer break. Pole position was taken by Lewis Hamilton in front of Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen, but all the drivers are not on the same tires, so it is going to be an exciting race. We're going to get to all those details in a few minutes, but as usual we will start at the bottom of the grid and get through all the action that happened during this qualifying session. And before we start, please remember to smash the like button and to subscribe to this channel so that you do not miss any update regarding this Hungarian Grand Prix or any news regarding this whole 2021 Formula 1 season. Let's start in Q3. We're out Mick Schumacher, Nikita Mazepin, Nicholas Latifi, George Russell, and Yuki Tsunoda. Schumacher did not take part in the first qualifying session because of a crash he suffered in FP3. He damaged the car, they had to change the gearbox, so already from the start it was a 5-place grid penalty. So instead of rushing the work and potentially doing some mistakes, they decided to take their time and keep Schumacher in the pit. That way they can also do more changes on the car if they want to, and he will obviously start in the last place, meaning that Nikita Mazepin will, for the second time this season, start in front of his teammate. The two Williams, George Russell for the first time this season not making it into Q2. It just seems like a scruffy lap, scruffy setups for the car. For once this season, Russell did not get the balance right, and you could see through the onboard a lot of understeer, not able to really turn into those corners. So just not a good weekend for Williams, but still the British driver beats once again his teammate in 18th place. And 16th, Yuki Tsunoda, disappointing result considering that his teammate Pierre Gasly made it all the way to Q3. Tsunoda did miss a lot of the practice. The second practice on Friday, he did not take part in it because he crashed in FP1. So coming to Hungary with a bit on the back foot when the qualifying started. So only P16 will have a lot of work to do tomorrow. So we'll start in 16th place, Yuki Tsunoda for AlphaTauri, followed by the two Williams of George Russell and Nicholas Latifi, and the two Haas of Nikita Mazepin and Mick Schumacher. In Q2, we're out Daniel Ricciardo, Lance Stroll, Kimi Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Carlos Sainz. Sainz, also a bit of trouble for him. He crashed at the final turn 14, during his first fast lap, causing a red flag with 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go. This also meant that Carlos did not set a lap in Q2, so he will start in 15th place. This is really a shame because it seemed like he had a lot of pace in that car. He made it all the way to 4th position during Q1, so the Ferrari could really have made a big step forward, but unfortunately for Carlos, he will have to start at the back. Good news is that he gets a free choice of tire. Then we have the two Alfa Romeos. Could not expect a lot more from them. We know that qualification is not their strong point this season. They are good during the race, but during quali, when they make it to Q2, they get stuck at the bottom after that. Kimi Raikkonen, good job overall, beating his teammate Antonio Giovinazzi for one of the rare times this season. Kimi not having a great qualification season so far, but for the Alpha starting 13 and 14, this could give them a good chance at getting a few points if luck is on their side. Lance Stroll in 12, the first of the two Aston Martin. Stroll coming in Hungary, not really keen to take part in this race. They knew that the car would probably not be at its best on that track. And Stroll, made it up to 12th place, and his teammate Sebastian did make it to Q3. But as you can see, only 1/10 of a second separating both drivers. So it was really a matter of luck to some extent. And you know, the midfield is just so packed that if your car is not well suited for the track, then yeah, you're just gonna struggle and you won't make it to Q3 because everyone is just so tight together. And Daniel Ricciardo also a little bit unlucky. Still fighting with that car. It is a shame because we know that Ricciardo is such a good driver. Got beaten by Sebastian Vettel for Q3 by only 80 milliseconds or so, which is such the slimmest margin that you can imagine. But yeah, Ricciardo something in 11. He will also have a free choice of tire compared to his teammate who will have to start on the soft for making it to Q3. But yeah, disappointing result still overall for Ricciardo because there is a lot more pace in that McLaren. So we'll start 11th, the McLaren of Daniel Ricciardo, followed by Lance Stroll for Aston Martin, the two Alfa Romeos of Kimi Räikkönen and Antonio Giovinazzi, and Carlos Sainz in 15th. And now the big showdown that we all waited for. Lewis Hamilton took pole in front of Bottas and Verstappen. We'll get to those three in just a few moments, but let's talk first about Sebastian Vettel, P10. We saw it, he made it into Q3 by barely by the skin of his feet. So there was not much to expect more from him in that regard. The two Alpine, Esteban Ocon, Fernando Alonso, very good result, making it all the way to Q3 and both very close from each other. Still, from what we can see on the timing sheet, they are not quite at the level of the Ferraris and the McLaren, 2/10 behind those higher team, if we can call them that way. But it is good result and they have a fair chance of point. Esteban Ocon in 8th place and Alonso, who is celebrating his 40th birthday, starts in 9th place. Then Charles Leclerc, very good lap for Ferrari. It seems that overall the Ferrari on race pace could have the advantage over the McLaren. We will see it tomorrow, but it's going to be a very tight battle with Lando Norris. Only 5/1000th of a second separating those two in qualifying. Norris in 6th place. Good job for McLaren. Norris so constant this season, currently 3rd in the championship. The only driver that scored points in every races this season so far. Pierre Gasly, just the lap of the day. 5th place, best of the rest. And again, very, very close with Norris and Leclerc. Only 6,000th of a second between Gasly and Norris. 13,000th of a second between Gasly and Leclerc. Man, these guys are going to battle it out at the start tomorrow. It's going to be so exciting to watch. And Gasly doing such an amazing job at AlphaTauri. We can see the potential of that car right there. And now our top 4, the 2 Mercedes, the 2 Red Bull. Red Bull seemed like they were on the back foot pretty much throughout the whole weekend. This track has suited the Mercedes for quite a few years now. Lewis Hamilton won 8 times at the Hungaroring, so it's not surprising that he took pole and played a bit of the dirty mind game at the second outing in Q3, slowing down Max Verstappen as much as he could. Verstappen was stuck behind Hamilton during the installation lap, and Verstappen made it through the line, but Sergio Perez could not make a second fast lap because Hamilton slowed them down too much. Nothing wrong in doing that, but it is a bit of a dirty game if you ask me personally. Still, Hamilton and Bottas start at the front, but here is the catch. Both Mercedes are on the medium tire, while both Red Bull will be on the soft tire. That means that Verstappen and Perez will have the advantage at the start. They probably won't have the advantage in the race because a soft tire means that they might head more to a 2-stop race while the Mercedes can go for a 1-stop. But at the start of the race, the Red Bull will have the advantage and it will be very, very interesting to see what happens. Will Verstappen and Hamilton make it alive through the first corner, through the first lap? It's anybody's guess. We saw the action at Silverstone 2 weeks ago. But at the moment, I think we are aiming for a very exciting Grand Prix. So we'll start on pole position, Lewis Hamilton, followed by his teammate Valtteri Bottas. Then the two Red Bull, Verstappen third, Sergio Perez fourth, Pierre Gasly in fifth for AlphaTauri. Then the McLaren of Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc for Ferrari. The two Alpine of Ocon and Alonso. And closing the top 10 is the German Sebastian Vettel for Aston Martin. Thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to smash the like button if you enjoyed this video and to subscribe to this channel so that you do not miss anything regarding this Hungarian Grand Prix and not miss any news regarding this 2021 Formula 1 season. Thank you for watching, everyone, and see you tomorrow after the race for the usual race recap. Have a good day.